What's going on, everybody? My name's Austin, and welcome back to Cast Iron Cooking, where we find recipes online to try out in our trusty cast iron skillet. So let's get cooking. So here we have our two bone-in chicken breasts, and we're just gonna go ahead and pat them dry. The drier you can get them on the outside, the crispier they will end up being. So just take a paper towel and pat them down. You can also leave them out for 5 to 10 minutes and just let them air dry a little bit. Now we're gonna grab a Ziploc baggie, and this is what we are gonna mix our seasonings and flour in. By doing it in a Ziploc bag, you're really gonna cut down on the overall mess you're gonna make, and it's gonna make cleanup a lot easier. Inside that, we're gonna mix our flour and seasonings. For seasonings today, I'm using a combination of Holy Voodoo and Honey Hog. The Honey Hog gives it a nice little sweet flavor, and the Holy Voodoo gives it a little Cajun kick. As you can see, the outside of this chicken is really nice and dry, which is exactly what we are looking for. I like this method a lot more than using something like egg or milk as a batter. That tends to get really soft and soggy. And this bird is ready for the fryer. Here we have our cast iron skillet, and we've got it turned on about medium right now. With cast iron especially, you don't need to turn it all the way up for frying. And to that, we are gonna add some avocado oil. Canola oil would also work for this. I just try to avoid using anything like olive oil or butter or something like that, as it tends to burn at high heat. So about that much. We'll do a nice shallow fry. And then once this starts, you see just a little bit of smoke coming from it, it'll be ready to throw the chicken in. You can also just put, a drip of flour in there or something like that, just to test the heat. So our oil looks like it's probably up to temp. We got a little bit of smoke coming off now. You can also throw a little flour in there and see how that sizzles. It's perfect. So now we're gonna add our chicken to this. Make sure you don't get splashed in the face. That is perfect. That's the exact temperature you want for your oil. And we're gonna let these go for a couple minutes, and then we can turn them. I like to check them at about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. You can flip these as many times as you want. It's kind of a myth that you have to just turn them once, so really turn them as many times as you need to. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna flip these guys, see what we're looking like. Oh yeah, nice golden brown. You can feel the crunch with the other one. Absolutely perfect. All right, we'll let them ride a couple more minutes on this side. So let's go ahead and check the bottom. And that bottom is also looking perfect. Turn down the oil temperature a little bit. That's getting a little hot. I like to turn these up on their side, just to crisp up a little bit of that flour that was cooking there. So turn those on their side. And this is the nice thing about doing this in a cast iron, is these decently high walls, and the chicken kind of just will just sit perfectly for you there. One thing I forgot to mention is if you have some really thick chicken like this is, when it's still raw, go ahead and take a fork and just poke some holes in it. It's gonna help it come up to temperature much faster. And it's not going to get, too brown or burnt on the outside from sitting in the oil too long. So just go ahead, poke some holes in it. It's not going to affect the juiciness in the end. Once we get the color we're looking for, like you can see, these are perfectly golden brown now. We can start probing for temperature. So here is my Thermapen thermometer. And you want to go in the deepest part of the chicken. And we're looking for 165, that's our magic number, and we are above that. So these are absolutely done. All right, that chicken looks perfect. Let's give it a bite. Super good, super juicy. Great recipe, highly recommend. Thanks everyone for watching, and as you can see, Sam thought it turned out great as well. Take care.